Welcome to Pam Jamma's Magical Tales. We post new stories every week, so be sure to subscribe, like, and share to stay updated. If you'd like to support the channel, see sequels, vote on upcoming stories, or even request a custom tale, check out my Patreon. Every bit of support helps bring more magical stories to life. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. Who Holds the Diaper Bag Part 1. Chapter 1, Just in Case. He should have insisted on self-checkout. They talked about it in the car. His mom had nodded, even said fine, as long as he didn't drag his feet. It was one of those rare compromises he'd learned to take when he could. Because otherwise, days like this were unbearable. They were here for one thing, diapers. Technically, a few other things had made it into the cart: toothpaste, hand soap, 2 new button-down shirts, but that was all camouflage. The real reason they were here was sitting right on top of the cart in full view, a big plastic-wrapped bundle of adult diapers. Craig kept his eyes on the floor as they moved toward the checkout lanes. The store was bright, cool, sterile. The cart squeaked slightly with every step. He glanced toward self-checkout. It was clear. But then his mother slowed. "Oh," she said. "Isn't that Randy from the club?" Craig looked up. No. There he was, Mr. Henley, from church and the country club. Tall, tanned, perfectly aged like an avocado that somehow didn't bruise. He was standing at one of the manned registers, and of course, it was Betsy's. Craig's stomach dropped. "Let's go through this lane," his mom said, already turning the cart. "Mom, you said we'd do self-checkout," he muttered. "Oh, don't be dramatic," she replied, not even looking at him. "I want to say hello." He reached for the cart. "Please. You promised." "Craig," she snapped, loud enough that the couple in the next aisle glanced over. "Stop being a baby." He let go immediately. His cheeks were burning. They rolled into the lane behind Mr. Henley. Craig didn't look up, but he didn't need to. He could already hear his mother's voice turn syrupy. "Randy. What a surprise." Craig stared down at the tiled floor, counting the scuffs. "Well, look who it is," Mr. Henley chuckled. "I hardly recognized you out of the clubhouse." Craig pretended not to exist. And then he felt it, the unmistakable pressure of someone looking at him. He glanced up. Betsy. Red shirt. Blonde bob. Her makeup was perfect. She was watching the interaction from behind the register, eyes sharp, mouth still, but not unfriendly. Their eyes met. Craig looked away instantly. He could hear his mother now, going on about how Craig was heading off to college in August, how proud she was, how it was a full scholarship, of course. Mr. Henley's voice shifted. "Good for you, young man." Craig nodded once, barely lifting his head. "Thanks." Then came the worst part. Craig knew it was coming before it happened. He saw Henley glance down at the cart, at the diapers, and then pause. "Oh, those?" his mother said, cheerful as ever. "They're for Craig. He doesn't wet the bed every night anymore, but I like to be prepared. You never know when stress will bring it back." Craig felt the heat surge behind his eyes. Henley made a soft sound, a cough maybe. "Smart. Can't be too careful." "Exactly," his mom said. "Most boys his age get prideful. I prefer preparedness over accidents." Craig stared at the chewing gum display, jaw clenched. When Henley left, his mother began unloading the cart like nothing had happened. Betsy smiled at him. Kindly. Almost gently. He wished she wouldn't. "Hey," she said, "you did really good during that derivatives presentation last month. You explained it better than the teacher." His mouth opened, then closed. Nothing came out. "Very sweet of you," his mom said, stepping between them like a defensive line. "But Craig doesn't need distractions right now. He's got college to prepare for." Craig nodded mutely, his face a furnace. Betsy didn't say anything else. She just scanned the rest of the items, calm and clean. They paid. Left. And as they walked toward the car, his mother sniffed. "How do you know that girl?" "From school," he muttered. "Honors math." "I don't like her," she said flatly. "Something about her's off." Craig said nothing. But behind his burning face, something small, something disobedient, flickered for the first time in a long while. Chapter 2: A Short Walk. The mower hummed in Craig's hands, the engine vibrating through his palms as he followed the same route he always did, front yard first, then side, then back. Every line straight. Every corner neat. His mom expected it. She noticed if he missed a spot. She didn't yell exactly, but the silence she gave him after? That was worse. He was halfway through his usual pattern when he saw her. Betsy. Walking up the sidewalk. Athletic tank, white pleated skirt, hair bouncing lightly with every step. He noticed everything about her in an instant, the way the skirt fluttered just above her thighs, the way her smile widened when their eyes met, the way he couldn't look anywhere else. He killed the mower. "Oh, hey," he called out, louder than he meant to. "Hey," she said back, like it was nothing. "Fancy seeing you again." He stood still, suddenly unsure what to do with his arms. His palms were sweaty. His stomach full of mom's spaghetti. "You mow the lawn every Sunday?" she asked. "Yeah," he said. "It's on my chores list." "Of course it is," she grinned. "You're consistent." He laughed a little. Awkward. Embarrassed. She stepped closer. Not too close, but enough to notice. Her voice dipped just slightly, playful. "Let's go for a walk." His brain locked up. I can't," he said. "My mom, she'll be mad." "She's not out here," Betsy said, glancing toward the house. "You'll be back before she notices." I don't know." "You're allowed to do something for yourself, Craig." He opened his mouth, closed it again. He couldn't look away from her eyes. She reached for his hand. Her fingers laced into his, soft, confident, warm. "I'm going to start walking," she said, voice lower now. "And if you want to come with me, just don't let go." Then she turned. He stood still for a second. Then followed. They made it to the sidewalk and turned the corner. Her grip on his hand was firm, not yanking, but insistent. Craig kept glancing back. "She's going to be so mad," he whispered. "She doesn't own you," Betsy replied. He didn't answer. His heart was pounding in his ears. They turned another corner, into a row of tall hedges and wide driveways. Quiet. Empty. "You ever hang out with any girls?" she asked. He turned even redder. "Not really." "Didn't think so." They walked a few more steps in silence. Then, faint and distant. "Craig!" his mother shouted. He flinched. "She's like a mother hen," Betsy muttered. "It's not funny. She'll freak out. Let her. Maybe she needs practice losing arguments." Craig didn't laugh, but he didn't disagree either. They continued down the block. "You're really good at math," she said. Craig blinked. "You are too." "I know," she said with a smirk. He smiled in spite of himself. Then another shriek, farther away. "Craig." He winced. "She's going to punish me." "Really?" Betsy said. "For what? Taking a walk?" "She told me not to talk to you." She stopped. Turned to face him, still holding his hand. "Craig, do you like me?" Craig froze. "Yeah. I mean, you're amazing." "Thanks," she said, tilting her head. "So what are you so scared of?" He couldn't answer. "She's not going to let me see you again," he said quietly. Then let's make this count, Betsy said. One little rebellion. Just for us. Craig looked down at their hands. Then back at her. She smiled. Come on, she whispered. Let's just walk. I won't bite. Another shout echoed faintly in the distance. Craig imagined what his punishment would be. Chapter 3, The Lesson. The front door was already open when he got back. She was waiting. Marilyn stood in the doorway wearing red yoga shorts, gripping a lemonade, lips tight, her posture saying everything before she even opened her mouth. Craig stepped inside slowly. His fingers were still warm from where Betsy had held them. He didn't get a word out before it began. Where were you? Not a question. A sentence. A strike. I was just. You left this property, she snapped. With her. After I specifically told you that girl is not to be trusted. I didn't mean to. Oh, I know you didn't mean to, she hissed. That's the problem. You don't think. You don't respect the rules I've put in place to protect you. Craig's heart pounded. I'm sorry. She turned away, pacing 3 hard steps, then spun back toward him. Her voice dropped to something colder, tighter. I've done everything for you. Everything. And now I have to stop my day, my Sunday, to fix this. I have to take time out of my schedule to punish you. Craig's stomach turned. You humiliated me. What if someone saw you walking off with her? What if she told people what kind of boy you really are? I didn't tell her anything. You don't know what girls like that do, she said sharply. You think she wants you? Please. She's using you for a laugh. And now I have to go back to full-time supervision mode. I have to do even more work, just to undo this. I'm sorry, Craig whispered again. She stepped closer. Pants. Off. What? Now. He didn't move. She crossed her arms. Unless you want me to fetch the dress instead? His face went white. She tapped her foot once. Craig unbuckled his belt, his fingers shaking. The clink of the buckle was deafening. He pulled down his pants and stood there in his underwear, eyes locked on the hardwood floor. She walked past him without another word. Then she pointed to the couch. Over the arm. He hesitated. Don't make me say it again. Craig moved. He laid over the armrest, bracing himself. The spanking was hard. Cruel. Deliberate. Her voice didn't shout, it scolded. Every word laced with injury. You think I enjoy this? I gave you structure, and you spit on it. I should have known that girl would pull something like this. You don't appreciate me. You never have. He cried. Real, full-body sobs that he couldn't hold back. And she just kept going, like his tears were proof she was doing the right thing. When it was finally over, she straightened her hair like she'd just finished sweeping the porch. Upstairs, she said. You know the drill. She diapered him without a word. No cream, no powder, just cold plastic and tight tapes. Then she stood back, arms crossed. For the rest of the summer, she said, you are back in diapers. Day and night. At all times. He sniffled. Mom. No. You don't get to talk right now. She went to the closet. And pulled out the dress. Light pink. Short sleeves. White collar. Craig stared at it in horror. I swear. Push me again, she said. And you'll be wearing this when we go back to school shopping. Maybe then she'll get a real look at you. He shook his head. No, please. I'll be good. I'll wear them. She left the dress on the doorknob. Good, she said. Early bedtime tonight. Then she turned off the light and shut the door. Chapter 4, Just a Little Stain. Craig woke up to the sound of the door opening. His bedroom was dim, just a trace of morning light filtering through the blinds. He was still under the covers, still in the thick, crinkly diaper his mother had taped onto him the night before. The memories of what had happened, the walk, the punishment, the dress on the door, came back fast and hard. Marilyn stepped in like she always did, no knock, no hesitation. She carried a small plastic bin with fresh wipes, powder, and a folded diaper on top. "Up," she said briskly. "We've got a lot to do today." She pulled the blanket back and began unfastening the tapes like she was unwrapping groceries. The air was cold on his thighs. He winced. "Looks like you wet yourself," she said. He didn't respond. She dropped the used diaper into a bag, wiped him off efficiently, and slid the fresh one beneath him. "Mom," he said, barely above a whisper. "Can I just not wear one during the day? I haven't had an accident in years." She taped the left side down sharply. "Oh, is that right, sweetie?" she mocked. "I don't need it," he insisted. "I really don't." She didn't reply. Instead, she stood and crossed the room to his laundry bin. Dug down past his shirts and socks. Pulled something out. A pair of briefs. She held them up by the waistband. There, barely visible, the faintest brown streak. "Does this look like someone who knows how to use the toilet properly?" Craig's face went pale. He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. She tossed the underwear in the laundry basket like it had confirmed every theory she'd ever had. "I should have never taken you out of diapers," she said. She walked back over to him, hands on her hips. "You think that girl wants to date someone who can't even clean himself?" Craig's ears turned red. "I didn't." "She's not going to like you," Marilyn continued. "Not while you're in diapers. And guess what? You'll be wearing them. Every single day." She leaned in, mock gentle. "Maybe I'll hire her as a babysitter. Maybe she can come over and change your poopy diapers." Craig looked away, shame washing over him in waves. "You think this is funny?" she snapped. "You embarrassed me. In public. So this is the consequence." She patted the front of the diaper, firm, sealing the humiliation in place. "There," she said. "Bathroom is off limits." And with that, she turned and walked out. Thanks so much for watching today. We hope you enjoyed this week's story and found it relatable, enjoyable, or just a little comforting. Remember, we post new videos every week, so if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. If you found this helpful or know someone who might, don't forget to like the video and share it with your community. Your support means everything and helps us keep creating content just for you. And if you'd like to see sequels, vote on upcoming stories, or even get a custom tale made just for you, check out our Patreon. Every bit of support keeps the magic alive. Until next time, take care and stay true to yourself.